Dueck films, 2 languages, final mix.
I think any combined language program is beneficial to any child. And I've always believed in a second language, not necessarily French or German, or there's Ukrainian programs too, but I think a second language is important, and I'm glad our kids are enjoying their German second language as much as they are.
It is very important nowadays to have 2 languages, because as soon as you travel out of this country, you need another language, and it's always helpful. Not only if you go out of the country, but also if you stay in the country, like for later on for a profession that you may choose, you might use another language.
I'm a teacher myself, and I've read many surveys and things that have been studied on languages, and I've always found that children do much better if they know 2 languages. If they know another language besides English, it seems to help their English.
By learning another language, one makes close contacts to other people, and thus one can contribute to the so badly needed understanding between the various people, not only in our country, but on the globe at large. And it is exactly for this purpose that a bilingual program like this one is designed for all students, regardless of their ethnic background, so that they would be able to come into contact with cultures and languages of other people.
Alle zusammen. Mama kauft eine Banane. Papa kauft eine Wurst. Oma kauft ein Ei.
Parents are very conscious about the fact that they would like to preserve and maintain a language and a culture they have brought to this country.
Well, I have a German background. My mother and my grandparents and my kids thought it would be very special to be able to speak in the language that their grandmother speaks in.
It helps too, because the grandparents speak a fluent German, and it helps the children to understand them better and to communicate with them. So it is a real advantage that way too.
Schwarz. Das Auto? Das Auto ist schwarz. Gut, das Auto ist schwarz. Welche Farbe? Das Auto. Ich weiß. Das Auto ist lila. Alle Kinder? Das Auto ist...
The program in kindergarten began with a little bit of English mixed in.
Really? Well, do it quietly, okay? Ganz leise. When the kids came, we had different groups. Some could talk German, and some didn't talk German at all at home. They were just English, and they didn't know German, not a word. And for them, it was Chinese what I was talking. And some, well, they knew a little bit, just words from grandma or grandpa. So they were just a little bit used. And, but right away I started to talk only German, and had a lot of pictures in the classroom that helped me to show what was going on. And I was amazed how the children could cope with each other. Jetzt kommen 2 Schneeflocken, 5 Schneeflocken, 7 Schneeflocken, 10 Schneeflocken. Habt ihr alle Schnee? Ja. Gut, Charles hat auch ganz viel Schnee. Schneeflöckchen, Weißröckchen, wann kommst du geschneit? Du wohnst in den Wolken,
it's fantastic to see a little guy who didn't know any German come home and start singing German songs and telling us German poems and words that he's learned.
Wenn du dieser Junge wärst, was würdest du dann sagen? Komm bitte raus. Und dieser? Komm bitte runter. Gut, jetzt wird nur ein Kind antworten. Sven, wenn du dieser Junge wärst, was würdest du dann sagen?
Komm bitte rauf.
Ja, dein Freund soll raufkommen. Lorraine, wenn du dieser Junge wärst, was würdest du dann sagen?
Runter.
Schön, danke. Und Kirsten, was würdest du sagen, wenn du dieser Junge wärst?
Komm bitte rauf.
Danke, das war schön. Boys and girls, we're going to leave our German lesson now and begin our English lesson. We'll start with some number work, so you'll need your box of rods. Please take them out and we'll count them and learn about number 7.
Well, what the grade 2s are involved in is a team teaching sort of style of teaching, and the students in this class are with me always in the mornings, and I'm responsible for teaching them the English language arts, math, and science. In the afternoons, this class goes across the hall to Hildy, where they have their German section of the program, and that class comes to me. So each class is with either Hildy or myself for a whole half a day, totally in English with me and totally in German with her.
The Department of Education is contributing basically in curriculum development, in program development, selection of textbooks, preparation and training of teachers, and of course professional development of the teachers once they have been selected.
Der Pinguin ist schwarz und weiß. Der Stuhl ist lila.
Let's go over this once more. You're putting your name at the top, and you're putting the name of the book in here, and then the date that you've read the book, and then have mom and dad or any 2 adults sign here. And when you bring them back to me, what do you get then, Lucy?
Sticker.
And how many would you like today, Craig?
3.
3. All right. How about Anita? 3 as well. And Becky?
Advent, Advent, ein Lichtlein brennt. Erst 1, dann 2, dann 3, dann 4, dann steht das Christkind vor der Tür.
By enrolling our children in a bilingual program as this, we try to implement the multicultural policy of various levels of government. The federal government has the policy since 1971. The Manitoba government has the same policy. And thus, we would be able to build a strong and a very unique multicultural society within the boundaries of our country.
It was fabulous. There's such a difference. I was here at last year's as well, of course, and there's such a difference in the second year of the program. The grade 1s this year are just so much more alive and so much louder than the grade 1s were last year. And the grade 2s, who were quiet last year as grade 1s, have just blossomed and are just, they're so full of life, and they're so much more proficient in the German language.
Well, it is supposed to continue till grade 6. And if it keeps up the way it has been, I think our children should be able to read and write quite fluently by the end of grade 6.
The conditions for this kind of programs have never been better in Manitoba than at the moment. The ministers are very supportive, the school boards as well. We have had no resistance from the school board so far, and of course, parents and teachers are supportive.